This upcoming new moon in Scorpio on November 19th is giving us an opportunity to make something really excellent out of an otherwise terrible void of our lives. That's because the new moon is forming a grand trine to both Jupiter in Cancer and to Saturn and Neptune at the end of Pisces. Saturn is at 25 degrees Pisces. Neptune is at 29 degree Pisces, which means there's a few degrees of space in between Saturn and Neptune right now. And that is a formidable space. It is the literal void. There's nothing there. And that's what we feel. That's what we're feeling. Meaninglessness, potentially, incapacity to grasp onto one meaning of life, and just overall an existential strangeness, like we're being returned to the past in a way. We're not able to move forward in the way maybe we thought we would over the summer. But this is just simply the end of the cycle. And this cycle begins again in the end of January of 2026. So we have to really make something out of the void at this next new moon and in this next cycle. If you are normally anxious or avoidant, or you normally return and you don't push yourself further, or maybe you push yourself too much and it's time to finally fall back a little bit. This is the type of new moon where you might find yourself in a situation where you can actually make the decision you've never made before. And it's on nothing but nothingness. It's almost like we're getting so comfortable with the void that we are finally feeling what we are that is not attached to these worldly things. And yet we're still here. And so, I don't know, I'm looking forward because I think we really are much more than what the astrology says. And in a time like this, with this void of 25 to 29 degrees of Pisces, the very last degrees of the very last sign being void and empty, it really is like we are touching into the part of ourself that is also void and empty, which is the truest part of ourselves. So I'm advocating for more delusion at this full moon, and that's also because we have the really strong Saturn-Jupiter trine, which I don't think can let too much chaos happen. But of course, speaking of chaos, this new moon will also be exactly opposite Uranus and Taurus, which only portends that this cycle is imbued with it a deep relationship to our own nervous system. And opposition is a relationship, it is a reason to go to war. And Uranus and Taurus is our nervous system. So I think we will be coming to grips with our nervous system in a new way, probably because we're coming to grips with this void, with this